Welcome to the future.
Who's this clown?
Not clown. Joker.
Avengers!
Assemble.
Nobody tampers with the equipment except Tony Stark.
Good idea.
United, the Avengers are strong.
Hawkeye, hands off.
Fool! Have you forgotten my invincible magnetic power?
Not this time, Magneto.
My mutant brain senses danger.
Something unseen is slowly spreading its poison, edging tempers.
Think carefully before you do this.
You filthy criminals.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're live. We're live.
Wow.
Welcome to episode 91 of Two Fat Guys Pool List.
91?
91. You said last week you were like last week you went 90?
Yeah, if you had asked me, I would have guessed 84 for today.
No, it's 91. Welcome to issue 91, episode 91 of Two Fat Guys Pool List. I think everything's working. Yep, everything's good. Okay, just making sure, because sometimes we'll go into our intro and be like, can't hear you. So, welcome to this issue. We'll get into it. Let's take care of business, and then we'll get to what we want to talk about. Anyway, first we're going to talk about our show's sponsor, which is Collected Comics and Games. They are LCS here in the DFW area, and they have a website called brainycomics.com. So I'm gonna hit this button and hope it shows the right thing. Nope. Give me 1 second. The one thing I forget, like I checked all my shit, and that's the one thing I didn't check. So give me 1 second.
Waku, what's up, man?
Man, we haven't seen you in a minute.
Empire, Patty, Mike, hello.
Yeah, say hi.
Shout
to
out
chat.
to Empire for retweeting and hitting us up on some Twitter action.
All right, here we go. So, Collected Comics and Games has a website called brainycomics.com. You can head over to brainycomics.com and you can check out, they've got all kinds of crazy stuff. Exclusive variant covers, bundles, bad idea books, which are, they still have some of those. New comics, mystery bags, back issues, graphic novels, games, toys, collectibles, and trading cards. So head on over there and buy some stuff from brainycomics.com. Also, check this out. So you see all these really kick-ass covers that you're looking at here on brainycomics.com? These are like store-exclusive covers. And you're probably like, man, I want to get me some of those. And you can buy some of these if you'd like. Or after you do your shopping on brainycomics.com, you could type in Two Fat Guys Pool List up in the search bar. And this is what's going to pop up. You got a Two Fat Guys Pool List upgrade and premium upgrade. You're probably asking, well, what are those premium upgrades? What does that upgrade do? Well, if you do the first upgrade, which is the standard upgrade for $8, you'll get one mystery exclusive comic in your purchase when it comes to you in the mail. If you do the premium, you get 2 for $15. Now, what's the exclusive comic covers that you might get? You're looking at them right here. You might get any one of these that are here, or any of the other ones that he has backlogged, and you can search all of these exclusive covers if you hit the exclusive and variant covers right here on the sidebar. So head on over to brainycomics.com, do a little bit of shopping, support our LCS a little bit, and at the end of it, put that Two Fat Guys Pool List upgrade in your cart, check out, and you will be getting a mystery cover or 2, depending on which upgrade you pick, in the mail fairly quickly. And look who has showed up. It's Lee. She's here. She is Lee is responsible for putting up our picks of the week up at Collected Comics and Games. She makes sure that everybody knows what the Two Fat Guys Pool Lists pick of the week is over there. So give her, everybody in chat, give her a round of applause. She is awesome. She helps us out, and she's a big supporter of the show. So
Also,
welcome, Lee.
by the way, for a couple of you local guys that are watching the show, Ron is going to have a couple of these couple of these guys at an exclusive signing on Saturday before the Dallas Comic-Con. So like Miko Suyan, I know, is for sure one of those guys. Is David Nakayama another one? Lee, you can tell us
I think
if
so.
we're right or wrong, but there are 3 different guys and he has variant covers for all of them. So
I think the
he's got you taken care of.
Nakayama covers the Dark Knights of Steel cover. I think. I could be wrong, but
I think you're correct.
that's the one I want to get signed. Anyway, The other piece of business that we have to talk about, and I'm gonna just hit this button because I love hitting it. It didn't go through. God damn it! Hold on. Wait, no. Yeah, well,
Thursday.
hold on.
My bad. Thursday.
Give me a sec here. Now this is happening because I want y'all to hear it. Man, I'm just off my game right now. Where's the hey listen audio? Where is it? There it is. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it here. All right, I'm gonna push the button again.
Hey, listen.
Thank you. Anyway, I know you can't hear it, but the other thing that we have to talk about is we're in the middle of a milestone giveaway here on the channel. We are trying to get to 750 subscribers. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, give us a like, and when you subscribe and when we finally hit 750 subscribers, we're giving away this Silver Surfer Black issue number 1 second printing with Noel on the cover. Pretty sick. So make sure you're subscribed to the show because we want to give this away. And you know, we got plenty of people in chat that know what's up. So make sure to subscribe. And Patty, we promise we haven't forgotten about you. We will get your thing to you. It's still sitting in Nate's office. We will get it to you. We promise. And then obviously when we hit 1,000 subscribers,
Hey, listen.
we're giving away this. We're giving away this CBCS 9.8 Amazing Spider-Man number 4 first appearance of Silk. So we got to get to 1,000 subscribers, guys. We want to give this away, or at least I do. I know Nate doesn't want to, but that's besides the point. We're gonna do it. So when we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're giving away this slabby patty, and we also will be giving away other slabs as we get to 1,000. So we'll have one at 850. 950, which is kind of, I don't know why we're doing that, but we're gonna do it anyway, just to, because we love our community and we want to make sure that we know that you are loved. So hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, give us a like. Let's get to this week's show, this week's pool. I think we're both pretty in unanimous decision here. Mm-hmm. We're looking at about,
you and I are, but the chat's obviously not.
Oh, that they loved the week. They loved it.
Well, I mean, at least one person, Comics Joe, has said better than last week. Give it a B.
Whoa! Well, we're giving it a
I like
C.
the enthusiasm. I'm giving it a C dash, not a dash, a C line. So it's not a C, it's not a C minus, but it's not a C plus. It's between a C and a C plus.
So it's just a C, right? It's just a C.
No, more than a C.
It's a 75.
75.45.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make it a plus? Because you're adding.
Listen, I don't make the rules, okay?
You just did. You just made up C/.
Oh, well, then don't argue with the rules. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it wasn't terrible. It just wasn't. I just felt like there were a lot of flat books this week. Like it just was kind of like, oh, okay.
I will say, I had to regroup myself because I got a little soured from. I read a couple of books early, like right on Wednesday, and was like, man, just get some refreshers. And I watched a couple reviews of some sour grapes guys, and was like getting a little frustrated. But then I was like, no, it wasn't as bad as I heard.
It wasn't bad. It just didn't. It was just kind of. In my opinion, and again, it's just our opinion, it was just kind of meh. You know what I mean? With what we picked up. I'm sure there were other books that came out that we ended up not picking up that was probably amazing. I mean, I know, like, Empire, you sounded off, and it was amazing. Like, you told us what you pulled, and I was like, damn, like, we fucking missed some books this week. But, we'll make up for it. But let's just kick into it. We always kick in with our X books, and we're starting off with Legion of X, issue number 2, and I want to be done with it, and it's because I feel like I don't know what the fuck is going on in this book. And I know that there are big things happening in it, like we've got this new character on the cover. We've got Legion kind of going like, power, my girlfriend, that's cool. But I feel lost because the first issue I was like, I'm dumb. This issue I was like, I'm dumb, but I know we're doing something here, but I just don't know what's going on. Yeah. I really don't.
So there are a couple of storylines going on in this book, right? Like you've got Legion and Blindfold, kind of getting back together, and then you've got this lady here. Then it seems like the main meat of this story is what's going on with Nightcrawler and the Legionnaires and trying to find this Skinwalker dude.
Right.
And this is what kind of feels more like aligned with the Cy Spurrier story that we've had told in other books, and Way of X, and what I can't remember the other one, the little mini, but
Omega.
No, dope, doesn't matter. Onslaught, yep. But it what that really is, besides what I just said, is kind of it just seems like we're not really doing what we're advertising here. What was advertised, like in solicitations and stuff.
But what are we advertising? Like, I don't even know what we're advertising.
Well, I mean, see, that's the thing is, it's kind of being advertised as like, this is the police of Krakoa, and then Cy Spurrier's like, if I'd say police, just like, well, let's call them Legionnaires. And it's like, well, okay, yeah, but that's pretty much what they are. What I think this is part of the case of a book not living up to its expectation, and then also its expectation from its fans not being properly sorted out. Because there's not a single one of us, like diehard X fans, that are not remembering X-Men #7, Jonathan Hickman, where Nightcrawler is sitting there talking about mutant religion and referring to the big giant building off in the distance. So we were like, holy shit, are we going to get a Nightcrawler religion book? And then we get Way of X, and it's not what we think, and we get Onslaught, and it's not what we think, and now we have this, and it's still not what we think. And if you really want me to tell you like what goes on in this book, like an actual synopsis, I really don't think I could. Besides, poor Sean Cassidy, poor Banshee is back, and as soon as he gets back from getting worn like a skin suit from his ex-love interest, now he's being used as a skin suit by some skinwalker motherfucker. Like, poor guy can't catch a break for his life. And then Beast fights an Iraqi mutant, but I don't remember why at all. And then someone teleports Juggernaut onto another guy, and he falls down because he's big and fat. Ha ha! Fat people jokes.
Oh my god!
But no, I mean, like, other than that, I just don't know what this book was about.
Well, let's get Kwiku. Because Kwiku hasn't been here in a minute, and we weigh everyone's opinion differently. We weigh everybody's opinion and what they say on equal footing. But Kwiku is like our resident historian. Like, this dude knows everything, right? So Kwiku says, I enjoyed this. Spurrier is doing a low at once, and I think because he only introduced the altar late in Legion, he is now introducing more stuff like the god stuff, like, which happened in issue 1.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree, or I see what you're saying there. But the fluidity of this book is it's non-existent in my opinion. Like, we're jumping into different things, and I'm like, I just want to know what I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck we're doing here, and excuse my French, but it's just, it's frustrating for me because I want to throw my support behind the X books 100% because they're my favorite group of, it's my favorite group of in the comics. I mean, obviously I love Spider-Man, and I'm not reading that right now because I'm not happy with it. And even though 3 apparently was a complete banger, but give it time. Anyway, I guess I feel the way I feel about, like, the way, I think Joe, you said this about Action Comics, like, you feel bad about dropping it because it's like you're cheating on Superman. It's the same thing for me with X books. Like, I want to give every X book a shot, and I just feel bad when I'm like, I think I'm gonna drop it, And this is one of maybe 2 or 3 books, 2 books at least, in the X line currently that I'm seriously considering dropping. Now, the hook at the end of the book, and I don't know who this character is, again, I don't remember her name, but she's tempting Legion, and now she's tempting Banshee with some kind of something. She's Banshee, and so that's got me intrigued, right? But again, the minute I don't know, I'm on the fence and I'm leaning towards just jumping off the fence and dropping this book. I will give it an issue 3, but like the way you said it, like there's no way for me really to explain what the hell happened in this book because it's all over the place, and there's so many new concepts and new characters that I haven't had time to like get to know those characters where I give a shit about them, right. And that's what's frustrating because I don't like that. I want to be engaged. I want to give every X book a shot and say, you know what? No, I'm not dropping it. I'm getting every X book because I want to. And like this book, and the minute Deadpool jumps off of Wolverine, I'm probably done with those books. Yeah, and that's sad.
I would be done with this book if it wasn't Nightcrawler and if it wasn't Cy Spurrier. But
right,
Nightcrawler is one of my favorite characters. Cy Spurrier, I have trust in as a writer, so I'll be picking up number 3 for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm picking up 3, but it's on notice, just like issue 2 was.
Yeah.
I think if we had continued to do the kind of cryptic speak with the God stuff, I probably would have been out. But with this new character kind of tempting our current team, that does have me intrigued. I guess for me, if Cy Spurrier was doing Rush type writing in this book, I'd be out. I'd be like, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm out. I'm done. Anyway, getting back to chat. What up, Ronnie? What up, Rich? These writers don't know how to tie the knots on Hickman's concepts. Yeah, I mean that's pretty evident. I mean, like the abandonment in the mutant religion and that tower. Like I was so excited for that. Like when we read that, we were like, oh man, like what's in the tower? We're never gonna know. Also, Hickman's X-Men number 7 with Nightcrawler was supposed to hit on something later. The hit on this I believe, is House of X or Powers when the Red Crimea took on Nightcrawler's pledge or religion. Interesting. Lee says, I will say it's nice to see our Legion tempted with Control. No. Yeah, that is what's got me kind of hooked for sure. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's definitely up in the air, and that's unfortunate. I want it to do well, and it just seems like we're constantly putting in things that I don't know. Quiku, I think the direction of the book will be much clearer in an issue or 2 when the different plots come together. I think the investigation was actually good, so hopefully we'll get more more of that together. Yeah, we'll see. I'm giving it to 3. We'll see. I don't know. Let's talk about an X book that I actually really enjoyed. I have been enjoying, and actually am very surprised with the writer Orlando, and that is Marauders issue number 3. I mean, I was never like a big. I mean, and I don't say this in a negative way. I just didn't have much Shi'ar experience, and so this has got me full board. I want to know more. I'm digging the Shi'ar shit. I am loving the hell out of this book. I think the artwork's really fun.
Yeah, the artwork is very strong. I mean, I think that's kind of a hallmark of this run of X-Men books, though. Like, is there a bad artist on X-Men right now in any X-Men book or any mutant book? Like,
No, I just think whenever we get like a continuity one and it's like clearly like just a last minute, like I know that there's been a couple of those, but
I just mean like an actual like current like
no
assigned artist.
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah. This I will tell you. So we were talking a little bit behind the scenes, getting things set up. You said you were surprised that this wasn't a little bit higher just on my list. I wasn't a little bit more up on this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because I'm feeling, while it is Shi'ar related, and there are some great, there's a really great gladiator moment in here, and I'm all about great gladiator moments. I'm starting to feel a little more muddied. Like, this issue felt just not as cohesive in its storytelling. And it very much, to me, felt more like a Cassandra Nova story than a Marauder story. Like, I felt like our Marauders team were very much the background players to a Cassandra Nova story in this issue. And while I do enjoy this version of Cassandra Nova. I don't know her very well. I have not read Grant Morrison's X-Men, so I know, shame on me, but like I enjoy this character for sure. She's very interesting, like from where we first saw her, like literally pulling up the guts of Krakoa to like being involved with this team and literally making like the dragon dude go crazy enough that he essentially kills himself in his own mind. Like,
well, did you like that his symbiote was a mutant? Did you like that?
Yeah, I thought
that was pretty
neat.
fucking dope.
But like I just felt like our cast suffered for a little bit of it. I very much am like I would like this to be a kitty forward team or a Kate forward team.
I think it will. I think it's just because they were in stasis for so long trying to game plan.
I'm just saying why this issue was just not.
And I think Cassandra just needed to had to pull the weight because they were just not doing anything. Not that they weren't not doing anything. They were just game planning, and she just had to deal with her own shit. Mm-hmm. The scene that you're talking about that I love so much is when they break out and Gladiator's like, enough, and he nah, I'm gonna fight. And Tempo kind of takes the lead, and what does she do? She so she ages his hand, and in order to do so, she had to age his hand a millennia in order to do anything to him. Mm-hmm. I was like, dude, I remember reading that. I was like, oh, fuck. And then I do also like this Cassandra Nova wearing what looks like her version of Cerebro. Kind of like, I don't know. I liked it, and I also really, really love. I am digging the artwork. I did not know what to expect, but I'm digging it. I just this is a surprise for me, and I just think we're Orlando is the fact that he went cosmic, the fact that they have a pirate ship in space. I was expecting to be out of this book by issue 2, and I'm like, man, I want more. Like, I'm surprised we're only on issue 3 of this book, and then the hook at the end with Xavier's half, what's her name, the Queen of the Shi'ar getting shot, was pretty intense.
I can't remember what his daughter's name is.
Also, I like that we saw where Deathbird is. I like that they kind of connected that. We've been wondering. She got teleported at the end of Secret X-Men or whatever.
Right. We get to see what happened with her.
Overall, I liked it. Kuika says we did see inside of the tower. It's basically a church that seems to have built for Nightcrawler. Maybe the Araco God stuff will lead to the mutant religion.
Yeah,
that's some wishful thinking, but that would be dope. Either way.
Yeah, either way, I do have one more tiny little critique for this.
Go for it, sorry.
And that's, I have been a pretty much blanket defender of data pages in all of the X books, not just the Hickman. A lot of people say the Hickman data pages were good, but when everyone else tries to do it, they don't do it as well. And I will actually argue that I think Benjamin Percy and probably Teeny Howard have actually done a better job than Hickman did.
Wow.
But the point is, I've been a big defender of the data pages, and this issue, I just totally killed me. The data pages in this one, I literally, for the first time, just gave up. I was like, usually I'm like, I'll give up, and then I'll finish the issue, and then I'll go back and read it. This is the very first issue since Hoxpox that I have not finished.
Wow.
I just couldn't do it. Like, I just looked at this, and I said, God damn it.
No, that's like a fucking page out of a book.
And I'm, when I'm reading my comics, it's just a different mind frame. Like, I literally read novels every single day. Every day of my life, I'm reading a book. But, when I'm reading a comic, I'm just in a different mindset.
Yeah.
And I just didn't find any value there, so
give me a chart. Yeah. Give me a chart. Yep. No, I like the charts. All right, next up we have Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor. Again, I did not know what to expect out of this book, and I was.
Sorry.
What?
Well, before we go to Thor, really quick, Kwaku said that he's also really enjoying Marauders. It's basically Star Wars meets the X-Men. Yes. I think it's definitely more enjoyable if you know a lot more. If you know a lot of X-Men lore, I also agree. But the best part is I think Tempo will save Xandra by slowing her bleeding.
Oh shit,
I didn't
that
even
would be
think of that.
dope.
That is pretty cool.
I like it. All right, Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor.
Yes.
I did not know what to expect out of this book. What saved me from actually getting this book was the Peach Momoko cover, and I'm glad it did because I enjoyed this book. I'm not like go get it now, you know, but you know, with I can't remember the name of the writer.
Torun Grunbeck.
Okay, so Grunbeck, we've read some Grunbeck books. You know, she's done a lot of the Valkyrie stuff, and this literally could have been Valkyrie issue number 12 or whatever, wherever we're at.
Whatever legacy number we're at.
Exactly. But putting that aside, she has such an amazing writing style and storytelling style that she's actually introduced, and this is what I think Cy Spurrier's book could do a little bit better of. Like, there's a character in this book that I have no fucking clue who it is, but I was engaged the entire time, trying to figure out what's going on.
Who is it that you don't know?
Is it the witch? The witch with the face mask? Is that a new character or is that an old character?
I have no clue who she is.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't get to that. Like, I didn't get to her, and I was like, I'm immediately not engaged. I was like, no, this is cool. And the mystery obviously is that Jane, you know, as Valkyrie is, you know, doing her thing, and the fucking hammer shows up, and she's like, the fuck, you know, and she picks it up, and obviously, you know, Grunbeck is taking the notes from Donnie. So Thor is currently, or I'm sorry, Odin is currently, his spirit is inside the hammer, and he can't even tell her like what the hell's going on outside of that Thor yeeted his ass across the universe to her directly to save him. And I don't know, I was just engaged, and I loved how, you know, she took the hammer, she turned into Thor, and then she's like, nah, this ain't my place, right? And she's like, I will only use this power when I need to, because she senses, and we saw this in Jason Aaron's current Avengers run, she has a yearning, she has an I don't want to say addictive sense, but she just has, she wants to be the wielder of Mjolnir, and she knows that she can't be. And I really liked that. And I'm intrigued with the mystery of, like, why did Thor do this? You know, why did he, how could he have not been able to beat what he was going to beat? So overall, I'm actually very intrigued with this book. I'm not calling it my pick of the week, but I liked it.
I was significantly more pleased with this book than I thought, and honestly, I think I need to reevaluate why I was not excited about this book, because, like,
well, it was the cover. If we have to be absolutely honest, it was Stegman's cover.
Is that what it is?
It was, because Stegman's cover
Stegman has never missed so hard in his life.
Okay, now I'm going to pull it up because we'll just get a refresher here. Stegman's cover
we did not get, we made sure we got the Momoko cover.
It was doo-doo, dude. Like, and I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know if he just, like, his hand is just not, you know, I don't know if he got into an accident or what, but it is, this also, is cover A. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, I was just going to say, also, if you're doing an Asgard story, if you're doing a story, can't really tell.
That's doo-doo, bro. Like, that's almost, that's close to, like, Lee, I'm sorry. It's close to John Romita Jr. doo-doo. Like, that's...
See, I was thinking it's like Liefeld-y.
Sure, whatever. Look at this, like, look at the sword. Like, he's holding the handle, but it's over here. Like, it's the perspective. And this, and it's not good. I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Continue.
If you're doing Asgard, if you're doing space, if you're doing battle, anything in Thor's realm, and you put motherfucking Beta Ray Bill in the book...
Yeah,
I'm there. I'm there. You've got my money. I don't care if it's 3 panels. You won. You did it. Let's go. Like, it was. Yeah. So, I very much enjoyed it. Also, we got a couple of comments.
Yeah.
Joe said, "I'm digging this book. I like how it feels like it's an add-on from Donnie's Thor." I totally agree. Rich said, "I can't figure out if this is before or after Banner War. Spoiler alert. You can tell." We will tell you when we cover Thor how you can tell. But why Thor so skinny at the end? I completely agree. I saw that and I was like, wait, what is happening here? The best I can decide is that the artist ran out of time. It was just like, ship it. We're doing it live. We can't fix it.
Thanks, 99. We'll see you in a bit. Liefeld. Lee says I'm with Nate. It's more lifeless. I don't. It's just his doo doo. You know what it is? It's just doo doo. That's
okay. Joe said it feels like this is more like Thor's detective comic book. I agree.
I would agree.
I will go. No, I guess I won't go that far.
Well, no. I mean, okay. In a hypothetical alternate universe, what would you have said?
In a hypothetical alternate universe, I would have said I'm just as interested as going back to Jane being the everyday Thor than I am with the Odinson being the everyday Thor. I don't know if I quite stand by that statement. I wish that we had a Valkyrie. I wish we had a Jane Foster ongoing, and we've been saying this since the very first run of Al Ewing and Jason Aaron's Valkyries, or the Valkyrie. Like we. Honestly, since she quit being Thor, I have wanted her to just go back and be involved again. And Jason Aaron and Al Ewing and Grunbeck, whatever, have found a great way to keep her involved in Asgardian stories. Please keep doing this. Please.
Quiku, you need to be here every time we do a live show. I'm sorry. I think Torn could do a pretty good job with the Valkyrie ongoing. Maybe Thor is skinny because he's lost his powers. Maybe. Anyway, this is a good book. I would say this: if you're a fan of Jane as Valkyrie and Thor, and you're a fan of Thor, I think I would recommend picking this up. It's not my pick of the week, but it's definitely a good pickup if you're a fan of any of those.
Yeah, if you have enjoyed any of Torn's previous runs, this is exactly picking up where it was left off. It's great.
Agreed. All right, speaking of Thor, we got Thor issue number 26, Banner of War Part 4. And surprise, like we said in our new comic book day video, this is not a red herring. Thor actually becomes a Hulk. Am I pushing the button?
Yeah.
That's Nate's
week.
Yeah, I can see that. I
feel more happy about it now too.
Oh, okay, good.
At first I was a little mad, but now I'm.
I thought for sure you would have given me a major eye roll by the end of this book. Like I read it and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then in my brain I was like, man, Nate's probably just like rolling over in his bed.
I will tell you, this book could have hit me on the wrong day, and I could have rolled my eyes right out of my head.
Got it.
You're 100% correct.
Okay.
But instead, it hit me in the right moment, and I said, I needed a silly goose time, and that's what we got. I needed just the most over the top, ridiculous, colorful, gorgeous art version of Hulk versus Thor, and that's what I got. I got it at the right moment, and I really enjoyed it. I really loved it. Joe, to answer your question, Hulk or Thor goes Hulk, and we are desperate to stop him, because how the hell are you going to stop Thor? You're not. How are you going to stop Hulk? You're really not. How are you going to stop Hulked out Thor? You're super not. So,
you're super not.
Sif tries to use the Bifrost to summon Thor back to Asgard. She says, he's my king. I'm going to be the one that's going to save him. I'm going to fix him. We're bringing him back here. And the Bifrost goes and grabs Thor. And as you can see on the cover, he says, nah, bitch. And he literally shatters and destroys the Bifrost.
Yeah, he's like, nah.
So you can tell that the Jane Foster Thor story is before this, because there is or you can assume, because there is a intact Bifrost. And we do not have a intact Bifrost right now. Which I actually always have really strong negative reactions at first whenever we do really big things like this, because I'm like, one, it's a gimmick and it's going to be fixed the next thing, and then two, it's like, oh my god, how can we ever fix this? And that was my reaction at first too, and then I went back and, because this is such a quick issue, I read it again and was like, I don't know, the implications here could be really cool. So yeah, I don't know.
What up, Jaden? Lee says, does it make up for the Hulk leading up to Banner of War? Not my favorite.
So the Hulk tie-in issues to this run, obviously, can't compare them to that first arc, because I did not care for that first arc at all. As a matter of fact, I still don't know if I'm picking up Hulk 9. When we start back into just, when the books separate again, I don't know that I'm interested in picking Hulk back up again. This doesn't make me more interested in Hulk. We're not building up enough on the Hulk storyline.
No. Go ahead.
I'm just saying the story that we're doing here is not doing enough for the Hulk storyline to make me want to continue onto that book.
Even with the whole this rub off, you can make little Hulks. Like you don't like that.
Wait, what?
Because that's what okay. So what happened in El Paso was that he rubbed off a bunch of people and they turned into Hulks. That's essentially what
he did. What to people?
Shut up! I'm not. Look,
Damn.
guys, listen. You think that's embarrassing? Just wait for New Comic Book Day. We have some visuals at the end of our show that you're just gonna love.
Did you leave that in?
Hell yeah, I did. Anyway, that doesn't. I mean, he essentially did the same thing to Thor. Does that not entertain you? So what's gonna happen in Hulk? No. I mean, you're entertained here. Why not? Okay, whatever.
No. Get over it. Honestly, like plot wise, there's really not much to tell you here. Like, there's a big boom.
Thank you, last.
The smoke clears. What am I missing here?
Gamma rub-offs.
Gamma rub-offs, yeah. Thor hulks out and they fight. It's an amazing fight scene. Martin Cuculo.
Yeah.
We need to watch this guy. Like, this guy's good. And Matt Wilson is, Matt Wilson's, is he the best Marvel colorist right now? I think he has to be.
It's pretty dope.
Very, very, very good. The art on this to me was A++. The story, well, was all right. It was good, but just the fighting overall, and literally like Iron Man just like being completely out of his element, having the Hulk Buster Celestial thing, just completely destroyed and pulled off the map was nice.
I also liked seeing Thor try to catch his hammer. He's like, to me, and his arm just literally just got broken. And then also, at the end, Odin allows Banner to pick up the hammer, and so Hulk is, Thor is Hulk. Hulk is now Thor. Pretty dope. I will say the thing, and this is more of just execution.
The fucking panel.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
My God.
The execution here, and when I say this is, how shitty is it right now for somebody that's like, you know what, I really don't like Thor, I'm not picking up Thor. And they're just reading Hulk, and they're like getting bits of stories, and they're like, "What the hell is going on?" And I get it; it's the marketing, it's the ploy.
No one's doing that. If you've been reading comments for more than 5 minutes, you understand crossovers.
No, I understand that, but that just kind of sucks. Like, you can't just have a self-contained. I don't know. It's just kind of frustrating. Like, if you look at if we're looking at it, like when you're looking at your collection, you know what I mean? Like, you have to go like back and forth. I don't know.
You're literally talking to me, though, because I literally don't give a shit about Hulk, but I'm still happily picking up these Hulk issues because of this crossover event. Like,
Anyway, Joe says, Hulk is my X-Man. I'm actually loving this run, and I'll be picking up Hulk till my check bounces. And Last says, the destruction of the Bifrost was awesome. I appreciate, too, that Kate's is writing, but this kind of thing scares off new readers. Thank you, Lee.
I'm going to say something.
Thank you.
That might be controversial.
Oh no.
Not everything needs to be new reader friendly.
Yeah, but Lee's trying to sell books to people. Okay,
I understand. But I will say the mind frame that every comic is somebody's first comic. It's just not true, and it's not I don't think it's a good way to go about writing comics. I mean, right? Like, we're past that, right? Like, we serialize stories. Like, we're gone are the days where we finish our stories in one issue.
No, yeah, you're right. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know what I'm saying. Let's move on. Quickly, Matt Wilson or Marty Garcia, they are 2 and 1 and 2, but not sure which way around.
Gracia is your boy's colorist.
Gasp! How could you be right? But you were both right. Yep. Let's go. It
I
was
want to know
fun.
your opinion. Who's
Yeah.
better? Do you like Matt Wilson or Marte Gracia better?
Let us know, chat.
No, you.
Anyway,
I'm talking to you.
I don't know.
Gracia is the guy that
Gracia.
guy that does peepees colors.
Gracia.
I'm just saying that because it's not.
Whoops.
Well, see you later, guys.
I meant to hit this button. Again, this is... Hold on. Damn it. We gotta hit the... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We are.
Listen, it was hot today in Texas, and I went swimming, and I'm still like... I'm like exhausted. But this is Nate's Pick of the Week.
That's Nate's Pick of the Week.
Wow. Okay. Let's jump into DC with Batman 124. Meh. All right. Dark Knight. I'm just kidding.
I mean...
No, but I mean, that's, like...
And so ends the Williamson run on Batman.
Right? Like, hey, Abyss is big shit. Hey, Abyss isn't really that big shit. And I think if anything about this book that I'm frustrated, it was okay. Okay, it was fine. But like we all know where we're going. We're going with Tim Drake as Batman, because Batman's gonna be dead in Dark Crisis, right? Like we're pretty sure that we can all agree to that. Like that's where we're headed. Yeah. And I'm not upset about that. But this would, yeah. You see, look, Miss Tinian, pointless issue, meh. Like.
Yeah. Totally. I mean, yeah, it was 100% a filler issue. I think we all kind of knew that was going to be that way. I thought maybe Williamson was going to wrap up Abyss a little bit, just because it was his character, but what?
Yeah, no, I'm saying, yeah.
Clearly he didn't. Rich, that's, yeah, another setup for Batman Inc., which I don't think is a bad thing.
No, there was one thing in this book that had any consequence, and it shouldn't have been in the book. And I know what you're going to say, Nate, because we talked about it before the show started. But do not tell me what's going to happen in another book that has not been released yet. Okay? I am a subscriber to Robin. Do not tell me what's going to happen in the next issue. It's coming out in 2 weeks. Fuck you. Okay? And I'm not going to spoil it for y'all. But if anybody that read it, don't tell me. I understand that. Don't tell me that Damian broke out his mom out of jail. Don't tell me that. I don't want to know. I want to read that in the book.
So when you are watching TV shows and they always do next time on Dragon Ball Z and they show you a couple clips from the next episode, you never watch those. You scream and throw your remote. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't agree with this at all, obviously. Rich says, isn't Tim Drake missing? Like, aren't they going to be looking for him in Young Justice Dark Crisis?
Lee,
yeah.
Here, hold on, Lee. Yeah.
I do believe that is correct. Lee, I am really not looking forward to Batman Inc.
Neither am I, because Ghostmaker should have his own book, and Batman Inc. is dumb.
I'm just excited that I get more Ghostmaker and Clown Hunter. So
he should have his own book. He should not even be affiliated with that. That Batman Inc. does not deserve its own comic book. Ghostmaker deserves his own book, and it should be called Ghostmaker with Clown Hunter.
Joe said, overall, Joshua Williamson run on Batman was fine. I think he was a good fill-in. I agree. I don't think it was. Jaden, I'm not sure what Jaden's talking about. I missed it.
Don't skip that shit unless.
Oh, are you talking about like at the end of the episode? Yeah. Well, he doesn't. This is the motherfucker that literally the second he gets his comics, he opens to the last page and goes, "What happened?" This is the same guy that literally the second a movie comes out, he doesn't go watch it. He goes to Wikipedia to find out what happens, then go sees the movie 2 weeks later. So he of all people does not get to complain about this. Spoilers, because he literally spoils everything for himself.
And what does it matter to you? That scene in the new Star Wars movie, in the first one, Force Awakens, when I think it's Rey and what's his name? Boyega's Finn. And they're saying something, and he shows up and he's like, "It's all true." Yeah, it's all true, guys. That's all, everything Nate said is true. Anyway, Rich, I have mixed feelings. Lee, but I've already said I'm not buying DC anymore, and we all know how that's going. So I'm guessing you're buying it. I need to commission Ghostmaker with a shirt that says Batman Inc. is dumb. Yes, Lee, thank you. It's dumb.
Gosh.
It's dumb, dude. Like, he deserves his own book, and not with a bunch of lackeys that want to be Batman. Right? And he even says it in the book, in the annual. He's like, y'all all want to be Batman. Like, he's even making fun of his own book. And I guess there's some Deadpool-esque there, but I don't know. Ghostmaker needs his own book. So does Miracle Molly.
I mean, I would prefer this. I don't want anyone to hear me saying.
No,
like,
you're fighting. You're fighting for it. You were literally gonna buy every incentive cover, all of it. You're just gonna buy all of it.
You're 100% right. No doubts there. Hey, before we move on, Howard Porter. I really like his art.
No, I enjoyed it.
He did some fill-in issues, or he did some issues in the Shadow War. I think he was the full-time artist on Deathstroke Inc., which I'm catching up on DC Unlimited. Wasn't that bad. Who said it? Rich. Did Rich say it?
Which they say what?
No, Joe. I think Joe is right. I don't think Joshua Williamson's run overall on Batman was bad. I think it was okay for a fill-in. I bet you he was very last minute, because I don't think.
Oh yeah.
I don't think Tinian really gave them much notice. I bet he was probably wrote it right up to the wire, trying to make his decision. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this era is going to be looked on as the hideous scar of Batman. I think it was fine.
Yeah, it was definitely Tinian dropping the hammer, and then they were like, Williamson, come in. All right, who do we take? Oh, Chip Zdarsky, your Daredevil run is amazing. Okay, yes, please come here.
Right.
Anyway, bunch of lackeys. I do like Grey Wolf guy. No, he's dope, and Abyss could be cool. Just don't know. So let me ask you this: so is Abyss now the detective, and she will be now with Batman Inc.?
Well, no, she isn't Abyss.
Right, but what I'm saying is she has Abyss's armor now, right? And Batman's like, here's Batman Inc.'s car, go check him out. So is she going to be the new Abyss that's going to be fighting in Batman Inc.?
Do we know that Abyss is going to be in Batman Inc.? Did I miss that?
Well, so at the end of the issue, she's like, he basically says, call Batman Inc. They're waiting, Ghostmaker's waiting for you to call, right? And it's like, okay, so she already has Abyss's armor, right? And she can scare people in alleyways, and she knows how to wheel a scythe.
Okay.
And, we already got Grey Wolf guy, who's actually pretty cool. I will give him that. So will Abyss... Yeah, so Rich says, I think so. I think she is the new Abyss. I think that's where she's going to be the new Abyss. So
my question is, have we seen Abyss in any preview materials for Batman Inc.?
Have we seen any preview materials for Batman Inc. outside of Annual?
It does never. Just forget it. Just
What?
forget it.
What
I was just simply asking if I missed this, or if this is something that you guys are.
No, in the book, in Batman 124, when it wraps up, and she's like, "Why did you stop me from killing him? And did you kill the guy?" And whatever, right? And the whole time she stole the armor of Abyss. And before Batman leaves, he basically says, hey, go join Batman Inc. Here's their card. They're waiting for your call. And so my assumption would be she would not go over to Batman Inc. as Detective Chuo. I don't know how to say her last name. She would go as Abyss because she already has the outfit, right? No? Are you not connecting those dots?
I'm just saying, I don't know. We'll see.
I think that's the case. Last says, Tinian not finishing out his Batman run hurts just as much as not getting old man Peter Parker story Mark Miller had planned until Netflix threw money at him. I agree, though. I wish he would have finished. It just felt super rushed. I don't think it's official, just all signs are pointing. I think you're right, Rich, though. I think that's where we're going. Speaking of studying the previews, we haven't seen much, and nothing has drummed up a ton of excitement. Because it's Batman Inc. It's not Ghostmaker. Now, if it was... I think... You know what? Even if... Let's say Batman Inc. was called Ghostmaker, right? The first arc could deal with Batman Inc. and he could give it a go, right? Like he could give being in charge of Batman Inc. a go, and let's just say he's just too. It's just not his thing, you know. He works solo, maybe one or two, let's say even three people behind the scenes with him, and outside of that, you don't need no international team. I think that would work much better.
You're
and
still crying about Batman Inc. Oh my god!
Because you went away and Lee said something. Okay, read the chat.
Sorry.
Voice behind the curtain.
Any in that? Oh shit! My bad.
You can't just sneak up on me like that. Read what Lee says.
Seen much. Nothing's true. I agree, but I'm still excited. Go on to the next book because I need someone to help me because I hated it.
Whoa, I didn't hate it, but I do need someone to help me. Dark Crisis, issue number 1 of 7, a limited event series. I told you this. I don't think I've said this officially in the show, but I think I told you this, Nate. I think I called you one afternoon and just talked to you about it. Previews and articles outside of the back end of the hook, right? You know, it was pointless. This issue was pointless because I knew that John was going to try to make his own Justice League. I knew that it was, you know, it hasn't failed yet, but we know that Black Adam is already like, y'all suck, right? And then in an interview, Williamson was like, yeah, John's going to try to create a Justice League and it's going to fail in Dark Crisis.
This is literally the third book in a row of Dark Crisis that we haven't needed because it was or the second book in a row because we've just either seen the material straight up from Free Comic Book Day,
right,
or the whole damn book was just shown to us already.
Right.
I'm so frustrated with this book.
Like I'm thinking, Liam, write this down. I'm thinking about already canceling the tie-ins that I've already ordered and just going straight to just the 1 through 7 and that being it. I'm getting frustrated.
I'm definitely gonna still get the number ones of everything. Like I'm still gonna get the first one shot and the first Young Justice, and I want to see if maybe there's some substance somewhere else. But like, Jaden says, "Okay, am I the only one who thinks John is the last person to be picking a new Justice League team? Dude is a total rookie." No. Not only do I think you're 100% right, I actually think that's Williamson's point too. I think the point is that he's trying to show you that John's not ready. I don't know where we're going with that, but I think it's written into the book that way. I don't think it's just you're feeling that way. Lee said, "Yeah, this series totally lost me this issue though, which is sad. I'm a DC fan through and through." Jane said, "Why the fuck would he go with Harley? She's literally insane." I don't like this critique very much. I think Harley on the team is really cool. I love the redemption story. I don't know, Jaden, if you've read like her Stephanie Phillips run or like what's going on with her much post Tom Taylor's Suicide Squad, but like I don't know, I kind of like her redemption. Maybe that's just because I'm a reader though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that because we're novice readers and we like?
It might be, for sure. Yeah. And literally, my first exposure to Harley Quinn was
Tinian.
Well, in comic form, yeah, 100%. Yeah. I was gonna say the first Suicide Squad movie. Like I've never seen any. I've seen like the first episode of her animated series, which everyone says is really good. But like I don't really know the character like other people do.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll let you know, Leah. I'll sleep on it. But right now, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do this. Empire says John is a rookie, but he has the spirit of his father. Beacon of Hope. Agreed. Where was the other one? Grayson, I would only do the chorus series if I were y'all. That's just me though. I am.
Part of the reason why I'm doing them is because what we've always kind of set out to do with this show is like, provide you with not only our opinions on the books that you guys are reading with us, but maybe grabbing some of the books that y'all are hesitant on, so that we can kind of give y'all another insight.
Right,
maybe you want to be like, oh, thank God I wasn't dumb like these fat guys and picked up this book.
So. Last, who's ready for Harley that laughs You know it's coming, and they have hinted at it several times. Joshua Williamson said in the interview that he made his story as a 6-part storyline till the people in the office told him it needed to be 7 parts to match the other crisis, and it starts to show. John Kent asking people to come in for work on a Saturday. Yep. Yep. I like Deathstroke attacking the Titans Tower with the villain army. That, you know what? Okay, because that was the newest material we had, right? We have not seen anything like that in Free Comic Book Day or Road to Dark Crisis. You know, we haven't seen any of that. So that, yeah, you're right. That was probably the best part of the book. And seeing, you know, well, we haven't officially seen it, but apparently Beast Boy dies, but we'll see. And if it is, that's dope. Like if that sticks, that's dope. So I do like that. I do like seeing Deathstroke being consumed by the darkness and attacking, finally just going after the Titans and saying, nah, bitch, I don't have time to fuck around and find out. Like, I'm just going to blow shit up and just see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, so that was dope. Quiku, the art was good. Nothing really happened. And I feel like John is acting a bit out of character. Harley as a hero is good, but I feel like she doesn't bring enough to this version of the Justice League.
I do get that. I get that.
Okay. I know about her redemption for sure, but I don't think she's qualified for the JSL. I think that's too much in my opinion. Well, and I think that's kind of what Williamson is doing is like he picked a team. It doesn't mean it's really gonna it's gonna fall apart pretty quickly. And like Black Adam literally was like, nope, okay, kind of qualified, nope. You know. Also, what the fuck? Beast Boy dies. I kind of liked that.
I mean, does he?
He probably doesn't. He probably turned into like a cockroach or something right before he got shot. The attack on the Titan Academy is why it's giving me issue 2. I agree with you, Rich. Isn't he already dead technically? In the Titans Academy, he and Cyborg merged. Oh yeah. Well, no, that happened. That happened in Infinite Frontier, didn't it? Like that was something that was like, it was Infinite Frontier or whatever the Future State. I don't remember. But yeah, I do remember that. Like they couldn't. Yeah.
Hey,
did he actually kill Beast Boy?
Go ahead.
Did he actually kill Beast Boy, and how the hell did Nightwing survive that explosion? No, he definitely survives. They should recruit Connor Hawk. What were you gonna say?
Who's this?
I don't know. At first, I thought that was Flatline, but it's not.
It's not. Yeah, guys, who is that? My bad. I know. I don't know who this is either. Who's that?
I don't know.
Such it. I don't know these people.
Quiku, I think Beast Boy definitely alive since we didn't see it. There's no body. Yeah, again, there is no body, but we will see. Harley works because she's the chaos factor. It's a way for the writer to give that said character hard out. No Cyborg and Beast Boy merged in the main line. Oh shit, I did not know that. Killer Frost is who that is.
I don't even know who that is. Right.
Nope. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'll give it an issue 2, but I am severely.
You're picking up the whole series.
No, yeah, that's right. I'm picking up. Yeah, that's right. I'm picking 1 through 7 up, but I am almost completely off the fence and not getting the tie-ins. I will have to sleep on it tonight, and then Lee, I will let you know and see what happens. That is Dr. Light is in black and white. Can't see, but I think that's Killer Frost. Okay. Let's move on. Meh. Dark Knights of Steel, issue number 7.
This Jim's pick of the week.
This is my pick of the week, and I'll tell you why it's my pick of the week. Nate, you said when we were talking pre-show, like, you know, what's your pick of the week? And I said this, and you're like, not even the same artist. You're correct. It is not the same artist, and that's a boo-boo for sure. The reason, huh?
You couldn't really tell that much though.
No, you couldn't, but it was definitely it was noticeable. But what the writing in this book was so good to me, in my opinion, and everything that happened, especially with Lightning's son still being alive, you know, either being resurrected by the pits or whatever it is, and them going, you absolutely cannot show yourself because an all-out war is about to break out because of your death. I was like, oh shit. Someone gonna get in trouble. You know, like people are already in trouble and this is just making it worse. And so when that happened, when I got to that point in the book, I was like, done. This is my pick of the week, because it was just total deception. Now, I mean, it really does feel. This really does make it feel like Game of Thrones, like DC Comics Game of Thrones. And I love that. I like that. And then, again, you look at the cover and you're like, well, how the fuck are they going to get a dragon? Duh, Beast Boy. Duh, and then it just made it, and then seeing the Titans there. I love seeing Starfire lifting up Robin, who is Dick Grayson, and being like, yo, your little rat here, and I'm like, hey, they're a love interest in the other comic books. That's kind of funny. And then just seeing Raven doing her thing. I don't know. I just thought the book in general was really cool. I remember watching Rock and Robbie's review of it and kind of saying it wasn't necessarily filler, but it's like we're leading into the giant war. And I see that for this issue, but I felt like this issue progressed enough, and it actually, the fluidity and the pacing of this book was really good compared to other Dark Knights of Steel issues where I wanted to make it my pick of the week, but it read way too fast. This read perfectly, in my opinion. Like, it was the right, the timing of the book, like reading it, and like when I got finished, I wasn't like, oh, thank God that's over, or man, that went too quick. It was just the right timing when it came to reading. So that's why it's my pick of the week.
I don't have a lot more to add, because honestly, this was really close to being my pick of the week too. I don't know. I think other than the art is only my only big critique. The series has always been fun. Like, I don't know. I think it's a really, really interesting take on our characters in a setting that we've really never seen them in before.
Right.
But like Joe said, he said he was thinking about even skipping this one because of such a long wait for the next issue. I don't think we get the next issue until at least September, right?
No.
It's literally not even solicited. Like, we have no, like, unless there's been an announcement that I don't know about, we don't even know when the next issue is.
That sucks. Well, at least as I honestly hope they announce more DKS. Okay.
I think it's been successful enough that they milk that shit, right? Like, they're gonna
right. But do they milk it and Taylor still writes it, or do they milk it and they get another writer? Like, I know Taylor's got an exclusive deal with DC, but will they let him write another one, or will they hand it off to somebody else?
I don't know, because he did the majority of the, what is it, Dead Planets, the zombie stuff? Deceased. He did the majority of that stuff, but there are a couple of minis that he didn't do, or I think at least one, so who knows?
Prequel. Please, prequel.
Rich, yes, we're 100% saying you should start this one.
Oh, but got Rich. What?
Yeah. This is such a good series to me.
Lee, hook him up. Get him them books. It's a good book. It's a good book. Last says also felt flat in sense of tone. The last 6 issues of Steel was the ominous consent building upon who the imposter is. I agree, but I think we're, that gets revealed. So now we're moving to the, the bread, the actual meat of the war, which I think all of us want to see. Like, we want to see the carnage. We want to see who dies and who doesn't, and we're thinking probably everybody dies. And, that's going to be some heartbreak there. There's, I do not foresee Bruce surviving, like, we all want him to survive, and I'm sure his head's going to get cut off, just like spoilers in the first series of Game of Thrones. And I'm sure all of you know what happens there, so I don't really have to say that. But anyway, last, they'll milk it and give it to the others like Marvel did with the Old Man series. I hope they keep them on for a little bit. I like when they throw characters into other time/universes. I want to see a Western Guns and Horses mini DC and Marvel. Ooh, yes, please. A Westworld? We still don't know who the imposter is. I think Kara dies. I thought the imposter wasn't it Lex, who was like the jester, and then he got the ring and he turned into like a mad Joker Green Lantern? I thought that was the imposter. Am I wrong? Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. A Western World would be cool. I wonder if the reason why it's a long break is for the trade to come out and gain more readers if they need to catch up, or the artist needs more time.
Yeah, that seems very likely.
Which I want the last part of the book to, like, all of the, I don't want any more. Want the goddamn same artist on the book, please. Anyway, This is my pick.
Nice.
Yo! All right, next up, it's our last book of the night, and that's Astronaut Down issue
Wow, I can't believe we only have one
number 1.
independent.
Independent, yes. I think it's Clayface. Interesting. Okay, go ahead. Meh. Eh.
The premise is cool, so I don't know. Everyone knows by now I'm a sci-fi space nerd, and I try to give these smaller publishers shots, so a number 1 space with like a Scully shit. Yeah, cool. Let's go see what it's about. It's not about a lot, or it's doesn't give you too much until the very end. Like I was 100% not gonna pick up the second issue until the last page, and then I was like, basically, we are following 3 astronauts, or one astronaut in particular, but for the majority of the story, 3 astronauts that are going to be going on a mission to help save Earth. Something has happened to where this massive gamma radiation storm has taken over the Earth, and there are now only 15 cities across the entire world that have these like barriers to protect them. That's what the cities look like. There's gamma infection everywhere. And these pilots are going off to do a mission, or these astronauts to do a mission, but you really don't know what they're doing exactly. They just know they're on a mission, and they know they're going to die on that mission. They'll never come back. And the story in between is okay. It's very, very like somebody that wrote the story was like just read a like how to write a good novel that they found at half price, and they were like, okay, and then they just followed it to a T. Like it just felt very like, oh, very predictable, very this is where we're going, and then this next. Nothing seemed I don't know, too unique. They tried to do the whole religion thing because there's a bunch of people that are like, oh, we're being tested by God, we're supposed to do nothing, like going to space is spitting in God's face, and this is a flood, this is him remaking the Earth, and we have to do nothing or else we'll all die. And so it's whatever. They finally launched the mission, and as soon as they do, something goes catastrophically wrong.
Of course.
And 2 of our 3 astronauts die, right? Just boom, they're dead.
Dead.
And then the third one, who's the superhero of them all, he's the toughest guy of them all, which I found to be very problematic because he's the white male of the system. Huh?
Yeah, the white guy.
And there at the very end, we see that he is transferring essentially multiverses. He goes and finds another version of himself. He embodies his other self. We get 3 or 4 panels throughout the story about a woman talking about how she overcooked the chicken, and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? And at the very end, it's him in his other universal body sitting and having dinner with his wife going, oops, did I overcook the chicken? And like, that's it. And so that's, I guess, how he's going to save the Earth, is by jumping dimensions to another Earth.
Okay.
And then for a little bit of world building, there's these emails in the back that kind of show you how the world reacts to these gamma floods.
Yeah.
It could have been really cool, but the writing was really dull. So I don't think I'll be picking up issue 2. Maybe when it comes out, it's a slow week, I'll be enticed to do so, but I can't recommend this book. If it sounds like something you'd be interested in, maybe I'll pick up issue 2 and let you know, but like right now, not that great.
Let me read this comment, and then we're going to jump back to Dark Knights of Steel, because there's a conversation going on in our chat that we need to get to. Joe says, Avengers is still a banger, and ASM is really good if you can overlook the art. Yes, Nate, let me know. Junior's art is different, and I'm cool with that, just like Batgirl's art is different. All right. And Nate did tell me that he would have probably picked ASM if it had been on the show, because apparently it was amazing.
Yes.
What happened?
Okay, do we want to talk about the other? You said there was another comment.
Yeah, okay. So let's get back to Dark Knights of Steel. So, Lee thinks it's Clayface as the imposter, and I am just now I'm dumb, guys. I'm dumb. I just didn't connect these dots, and now it's literally starting to take hold into my brain. So Lass says no, the imposter was Kara, and she killed the Metal Men, Black Lightning, and then he turned into Superman and almost killed Bruce. Yeah. So now that I'm thinking about it, right? So Kara kills all those people, right?
Was it actually her?
Apparently not. I think there's an actual. I was not making this. When you were saying imposter, I'm like, who the fuck are you talking about? I need to go reread because it's starting to that's starting to make sense. Because now that we're like reading this, the last issue, Kara's like, I didn't do shit. I didn't kill anybody. And in my brain, I'm like, well, no, of course she did, because she's fucking. Maybe she didn't. And then it doesn't make sense. Why would Clark try to kill Bruce? It didn't. It totally didn't make sense. And last year, you're fucking awesome. And then Joe comes in and goes, the imposter has to be Martian Manhunter. And I'm like, whoa, like maybe. And then Patty goes, man, Clayface would be neat to see as a big bad again in a story.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to go reread it. I mean, I might need to just go pick up the trade. I am second guessing now. Like I'm dumb. If that's the case, then holy shit, then Dark Knights of Steel is probably going to be my favorite comic book of 2022. That's nuts.
Yeah.
And then Joe, Martian Manhunter, guys. That would be dope. That would actually be dope.
Yeah.
All right, ASM. I'm gonna go
let's do an ASM talk real quick.
Yeah. Let me pull it up while you talk, so we have something to look at while we're talking about it. So go ahead.
Average Joe, 100%. Totally got to look past the art, but my God, I can't even think of the character's name. What is the main baddie here that we've got going on right now?
Hammerhead? No. I don't remember his name. Tombstone.
Tombstone, yes. Tombstone goes on this monologue that is just gorgeous. He has Peter wrapped up down there in the bottom of an old subway area and basically says, I don't like you getting involved in my shit and messing stuff up. And Spider-Man's like, what do you expect? Like, he's like, or basically Tombstone's like, why'd you get in my way? Like, why did you mess with my shit? Like, you didn't even, like, we weren't even in your area. We weren't doing, like, it was just a little drug deal or something. Like, why'd you get involved in my shit? And Spider-Man's just like, why does this got to be so hard? You're a bad guy. I'm a good guy. I stop bad guys. It's not that hard. And Tombstone's like, yeah, it's always this good guy, bad guy shit with you guys. But he says, let me tell you a story. There's a lion out in the woods, and for 10 years, the lion's around people, and he never bites somebody, and then one day he mauls somebody and kills them. And he's like, no one ever goes, bad tiger. That tiger's a bad tiger. He's just a tiger. Like, that's what fucking tigers do. And he basically just says, this is who I am. The world created me to be this. Right. And we see scenes of him as a child getting the shit beat out of him, getting his lunch money always taken away. He has no family. He has no support system. He has nothing to do anything to protect him. And so one day as a kid, he decides to file his teeth into, sharp triangles and defend himself. And he said, the world isn't as easy as good guys, bad guys. I'm not a bad guy. I'm just a guy. I'm filling the role the world created me to make.
I'm just a guy that does bad things.
Yeah, essentially. It was a gorgeous monologue to me. I thought it was amazing, super well written. Like, as soon as I read that, I was like, this is Zeb Wells. This is the Zeb Wells I was expecting on ASM. And honestly, I'm picking up issue 4 now because of it.
Whoa!
It was so good that I'm picking up issue 4. Also, Pete gets the fucking shit beat out of him, and it was hard. Like, I was just like, okay, yeah, I got it. Okay, yeah, I got it.
That's enough slices, yeah.
And too many slices.
That's enough.
And then finally, basically, he tells Peter what we're doing. He said, because of you, this is what we're gonna do. a bunch of people walk in that are dressed up like a rival gang dude, the Rose family or whatever, and it's Tombstone's guys imposed as the Rose people. They're literally about to walk down in New York City and just start shooting civilians and make it look like it's the Rose people, so the cops will go after him. And he's saying, Tombstone's like, "Yep, this is because of you. This is happening." And as he's walking away, and they're all leaving him there, beat to shit, bleeding, tied up. He's like, Peter's screaming. He's like, "I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson. I'm sorry. Okay, I get it. Untie me. Like, don't kill these people." And like, just the amount of despair that was conveyed on the page, top notch. Like, go ahead and hit the button. I'm changing my mind. This is my big.
What? It's not even on the list.
Not even on the list. Like and so many people could probably say I'm so wrong, but like, when I read this, I was just like, damn, so good. Writing was just so good.
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now.
Uh-huh.
I'm not falling for it. I was in this trap before.
Oh, that's fine.
And there was like 2 good issues, and then it was suddenly like boop boop, and it was bad. So, good luck.
Joe, yes. Joe says, "I like how Tombstone didn't even want to unmask Peter. Like at one point, he goes to reach for his mask, and Pete's like, no, not my mask." And he's like, "Do you think it fucking matters who you are? Like I couldn't care less who you are. Who you are doesn't change anything." And I was just like, "Oh yeah." Always dug Tombstone as a character. Patty, I don't know Tombstone at all because I am not an ASM reader, so I'm liking this version of him.
So no connection to MJ having kids though.
Still no connection to MJ having kids though. You're 100% right. But we did get really interesting insight to her current partner. Another thing is he's going to walk to Peter's apartment to confront him and be like, "Yo, you gotta quit calling MJ, dude. Like, what the fuck?" And while he's there, he runs into that debt collector from the hospital, and he's like, MJ's boo basically pays the guy $1,500 to leave Peter alone. And he's like, "Why would you do this?" And he's like, "I don't like to see people getting kicked while they're down." So like, obviously this guy's probably gonna die, and MJ's gonna blame Pete. But still, I thought that was an interesting insight.
Jaden goes, "If Venom was in it, would you have still picked it as your pick of the week?"
I don't know. Is it Eddie King in Black Venom, or is it fucking snot-nosed punk kid
Doesn't matter.
Venom?
Doesn't matter.
I mean, if it was relevant to the story, yes, I still would have picked it as my pick of the week.
Here's my question. So you are now going to start picking this book up, and you're going to read it, and you're going to be like,
I haven't. I really haven't stopped. I picked up 1 and 2. I wasn't going to pick up 3. I did. And now
will you do when they start throwing out the 3.LR.4415 issues?
I've never cared about that. That's never bothered me.
It's dumb.
I'm a smart person. I can figure out things. I'm not worried about that.
Don't be like that. That was fucking rude.
I'm just saying it doesn't bother me.
It bothers me because when you read them, you're like, there was no point to it.
But that's not the fault of the format. That was Nick Spencer's fault.
But what happens when it happens here?
I don't know, man. I feel like an asshole for doubting Zeb Wells, if I'm being honest. So
I'm not doubting Zeb Wells.
I'm talking about myself.
I'm talking about me.
I'm serious. Like it was.
I hear you.
Honestly, I have
no issues.
People get triggered with certain things when we make meta commentaries in comics.
Yeah.
I think that this issue right here is one of the best examples that you can possibly give of making a meta commentary about America,
right,
or society as a whole, without drawing sides. Without
it's because you're smart.
No, I don't think that's it at all.
So smart.
No.
You just said it earlier. You were like, "I'm smart. I can figure it out."
As he said, "I know Tombstone from the '90s Spider-Man show and Spectacular Spider-Man, and he is always top-notch. Lots of potential."
The thing that has got me intrigued is that we've heard on multiple occasions, whether through previews or through CBR articles, that Spider-Man apparently, and Free Comic Book Day, is going to have actually a very big part in some X-Men books here pretty soon, supposedly. Yeah, I can't remember where I think I saw it on Twitter. In a couple issues from now, he's actually going to be front and center in some X-Men books. I don't know if it's going to be in Judgment Day or if it's going to be after. But apparently he's going to have something. Something's going to happen where there's going to either be a Spider-Man tie-in into X-Men or vice versa. So, take it or leave it. Do with it what you will, but it's coming. So, I just might have to get over John Romita Jr.'s artwork. I just wish they would pick a different artist. I just don't like it. Look at
his raw faces are so bad, but his actual Spider-Man
right.
suited is pretty good. I will say the scene where he is literally screaming, "I've learned my lesson." It hit me. I was like, damn, that's dude's just bellowing.
Wow.
Please don't go murder people. It was intense.
Okay. Well, then I won't poo-poo on it anymore for now. All right. Well, that was a nice little impromptu right there. That is issue number 91 or episode 91 of Two Fat Guys Pull List. We appreciate every single one of you, Hellfire Gala, for tie-in, right? I think so. Thank you again for everyone that's here live watching this and participating in chat. I want to thank everybody that's watching this as a past episode. Love it. We're glad that you're here. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, give us a like if you not already have done that. We appreciate the support. We're trying to get to 750 subscribers. We will get there, and we will be giving away that Slabby Patty, and then we'll move on with the rest of our giveaways. Also, check out our review shows. We have been doing some review shows on Obi-Wan Kenobi, and most recently we did Miss Marvel episode 1. So go check that out. I think you'll be... Huh?
Go ahead. I was just going to say, spoiler alert for that episode. I think that Miss Marvel is the just
don't
from
say it.
issue
Don't
1.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. They'll have to go watch it.
Why?
Don't give it away. Don't tell them what we said go watch it.
Literally no.
Don't do it.
Literally no one in here is going to get.
But anyone that's not watching, that's not subscribed and know what we're going to say, there's your teaser. Anyway, guys, go check those out. It's really awesome. I think you'll be surprised. I think you'll be surprised what we have to say about those shows. It gets a little heated, if you will. It's a red herring. Okay, we don't. Jeez.
I need to. I really need to. I keep saying I'm going to, and then I don't. But I need to.
The only book you guys
I
want.
could read it there.
Wait.
Patty, that is right. That is the only book.
Yes, it could be literally a new artist every time, and I'd be okay with it. Anyway, guys, we appreciate everybody being here. Make sure, again, to go to your LCSs, support your LCSs, read more comics as always, and we'll catch you guys in the next one for our new Comic Book Day video, and then our review videos on Friday, and then we'll see you again here again next Sunday for another episode of Two Fat Guys Pull List. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Everybody stay chill. It's really hot out there if you live in Texas. It's probably hot everywhere. It's just summer. Ugh.
You live across multiple states.
It was hot today.
Holden, thanks. Appreciate you.
What up?
Enjoying the reviews.
Yes, for sure. Again, thanks guys for coming out, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys. Stay safe.